Mike had always been ambitious. He showed up early, stayed late, took the hardest tasks without complaint. On paper, he had everything going for him, but something was off. No matter how hard he worked, his results never matched his effort. In meetings, he froze. During crunch time, his focus shattered. And in stressful situations, emotions hijacked his mind. Until one day, a mentor told him something that changed everything. Mike, the real game isn't time management or hard work. It's emotional control. Master your emotions, and you'll master your performance. That sentence hit him harder than any motivational video ever could. Because deep down, Mike knew. It wasn't lack of knowledge, talent, or discipline holding him back. It was how his emotions controlled his actions without him even realizing it. And here's the truth. Most people are losing in life not because they aren't smart, but because they never learned how to handle their emotions under pressure. Science confirms it. Emotions are not soft. They're not secondary. They are the control center of your thoughts, decisions, and actions. When you're angry, your reasoning shuts down. When you're anxious, your creativity disappears. When you're sad, your motivation vanishes. And when you're overwhelmed, your brain defaults to survival mode: fight, flight, or freeze. Now imagine this. You're in a job interview. You've prepared for weeks, but the moment you sit down, your heart races, your mind goes blank, and your hands shake. That's not logic failing you. That's emotion hijacking your performance. The truth is, emotional mastery is a superpower, and almost no one teaches it. Let's break down what Mike started learning that changed his life, and can change yours too. The first realization: emotions are not the enemy. They're messengers. Every emotion you feel carries a signal. Anger often hides injustice. Anxiety can signal uncertainty. Sadness shows something mattered to you. The goal is not to suppress emotions, but to understand and redirect them. This is where emotional intelligence comes in. Developed by psychologist Daniel Goleman, emotional intelligence, or EQ, includes 5 core skills: self-awareness, recognizing your emotional state, self-regulation, managing how you react, motivation, using emotions to drive growth, empathy, understanding how others feel, social skills, managing relationships effectively. Studies show people with high EQ consistently outperform those with high IQ in leadership, career success, and even happiness. Why? Because emotions drive behavior, and behavior drives results. Mike began with the simplest but most powerful habit: label the emotion. Sounds basic, right? But it works. Instead of saying, "I'm stressed," he'd say, "I feel overwhelmed because I'm afraid of missing this deadline." That tiny shift turned chaos into clarity. Neuroscience backs this up. Labeling your emotions activates the prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, and calms the emotional storm happening in the amygdala. The second thing Mike did, he learned to pause. In a world where everyone reacts instantly, the pause is power. When emotions rise, the pause gives you space to choose your response, not just act on instinct. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, said it best: between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose, and in our choice lies our growth and our freedom. That's emotional mastery. But mastering emotions doesn't mean staying calm 24/7. That's a myth. It means staying effective, even when you're not calm. Think about athletes. The best ones don't eliminate nerves. They channel them. Fear becomes fuel. Pressure becomes precision. So the next step Mike learned? Reframe the emotion. Instead of saying, "I'm nervous," he trained his brain to say, "I'm excited." Same physical sensation, completely different outcome. This simple reframe increased his confidence in presentations, interviews, and even personal conversations. It wasn't magic. It was emotional agility. And here's the key. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your emotional control. You can read all the productivity books, follow all the success gurus, but if you break down every time things get hard, you'll never reach your peak. Because the real test isn't how well you perform when everything's perfect. It's how well you perform when everything's falling apart. That's what separates average from elite. Mike isn't perfect today. He still gets frustrated, still feels fear. But the difference is, those emotions don't control him anymore. He controls them, and that's made him unstoppable, not just at work, but in life. He's more present in relationships, more focused under pressure, more confident in himself, not because he never feels anything, but because he finally knows what to do when he feels everything. So if you've ever thought, "I know I'm capable of more, but I keep sabotaging myself," it's not your work ethic, it's not your intelligence, it's not your environment, it's your emotions. Master those, and the rest of your potential unlocks automatically. It doesn't require 10 years of therapy. It starts with awareness. then regulation, then transformation. One emotion at a time, and once you do, you won't just perform better, you'll live better. Because the hidden key to peak performance was always inside you. You just needed to learn how to feel it, not fear it.